like, share and subscribe. Making container candles. Container candles are a beautiful way to accent your home, especially the bathroom. To make your container candles look the best, choose glassware that is sturdy and has a simple design. You can purchase this glassware for a very low price at most retail stores. You can generally find great deals at yard sales, flea markets, and thrift sales as well. Try to find glassware with lids if available. Clean all the glass prior to using them to prevent dust or other particles from building up inside. If you have a dishwasher, a quick rinse cycle will do the trick. It is not recommended to make container candles in anything other than glass containers for safety reasons. You will need to obtain a few supplies in addition to your glassware before you can start the process of making container candles. You will need a double boiler for the wax, quality wax, dye, and fragrances if you desire to use it. It is best to get wicks with tabs for making this type of candle. For container candles, you can use either paraffin wax or beeswax. Melt the wax in the double boiler to a temperature of about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it has reached that temperature, add your color and scent. For best results, microwave the glass containers for a minute or two. This will make sure the wax doesn't leave unsightly air pockets in the container as it hardens. Place the glass containers on a cookie sheet to make cleanup from any spills a snap. Fill each glass container within 1 inch of the top. Leaving that extra space will allow room for the candle to burn and not drip outside the container. You will need to let your container candles cool for about 20 minutes. Gently place a wick with tab into each candle container. You will need to keep an eye on them as you will need to make sure the wick stays centered as the wax hardens. Once the candles completely cool, cut the wick to the top of the candle. A great way to make working with the wicks easier is to take a ballpoint pen apart. Place the shell of the pen around the wick and use it to guide the wick into place. As the wax hardens, the wick tab will stay firmly in place. You can also clip the top of the wick with a cloth pin laid across the opening to help keep it in place. You can add creativity to your container candles by decorating the jars with paints or gluing on colored sequences. Glitter makes a great design tool as well. For a simple yet attractive design, consider gluing a pretty colored ribbon around the top of the container. The design of container candles allow them to burn down to almost nothing, ensuring you get the most use out of each candle. For great decorating tips and ideas, go online. You will be fascinated at all the great container candles out there, including ones for the holidays, special occasions, and fun themes. The possibilities are endless. For a great family craft, consider allowing your children to decorate the jars while you take care of working with the hot wax. The jars keep the flame from escaping, preventing dripping and possible fire hazards. However, it is still important to keep them out of the reach of children and to never leave them burning unattended. If you plan to move a container candle, make sure the jar has not become too hot, as this can result in severe burns. Candles add beauty and wonderful smells to your home, but caution should always be used when burning them. Container candles are very simple and inexpensive to make. They also add beauty and romance to any home or occasion. These candles leave the maker with lots of room for being creative. Making hand-dipped candles. Making candles is a great hobby or business endeavor. Once you get the hang of it, the process is quite simple. For those who have the basics down cold, consider experimenting with the art of making hand-dipped candles. While these lovely creations take more time, they are stunning. You can use several colors on each candle, giving it a unique color scheme. There are basic tools you will need to make hand-dipped candles. Most of them you already use if you have experience in making candles. You will need a large amount of paraffin wax, wick, and a double boiler to melt it in. Other utensils include wooden spoons, bowls, and a good quality thermometer. The colors available for hand-dipped candles are too many to name. These colors come in various forms, including cakes, chips, powder, or liquid. If you choose to add scents to your hand-dipped candles, you need to make sure it is pure oil that does not have a water or alcohol base to it. You will prepare your wax for hand-dipped candles the same as you do for regular candles. Let it continue to heat until it reaches a temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it does, turn the heat down very low to keep the wax in liquid form. Add the color to the wax, using a small amount at a time until you'll reach the color you want. Add a small amount of scent the mix at this time if you desire. Use scents moderately as you don't want to have too powerful of a smell. Using too much fragrance can also result in the candle not burning properly. Next, cut the wick for your candles, keeping it just a bit longer than the candle length you want. If you are making sets of the candles, it is important to cut the wicks exactly the same length. You will want to dip the wicks into the candle wax, making sure to coat it properly. This is how you will build your candle. After the wicks cool, dip them again. Each time you do, the candle will grow in size. If you want different areas of the candles to be different colors, you will be able to do so by simply having more than one color of wax ready to use. Once your candle is close to the desired thickness you want, shave it with a soft blade, giving the top a pointed look. Dip your candles a few more times to give them a smooth finish. Creating hand-dip candles is a great hobby or business venture. The process is time-consuming, but the creations are beautiful. Learning to make hand-dip candles can be tricky. This is not a good type of candle for beginners to try to learn with. They will quickly become frustrated. To practice without wasting supplies, melt down the wax from the candles you are building and use it over and over again until you have the process perfected. To make particular designs on hand-dip candles, consider purchasing a book. Most will offer you great color photos with step-by-step directions for making each hand-dip candle. You will also be able to obtain great color charts for obtaining the best color for your candles. The internet is also a great place to get ideas for the colors of your hand-dip candles. Making hand-dip candles. Making candles is a great hobby or business endeavor. Once you get the hang of it, the process is quite simple. For those who have the basics down cold, consider experimenting with the art of making hand-dip candles. While these lovely creations take more time, they are stunning. You can use several colors on each candle, giving it a unique color scheme. There are basic tools you will need to make hand-dip candles. Most of them you already use if you have experience in making candles. You will need a large amount of paraffin wax, wick, and a double boiler to melt it in. Other utensils include wooden spoons, bowls, and a good quality thermometer. The colors available for hand-dip candles are too many to name. These colors come in various forms including cakes, chips, powder, or liquid. If you choose to add scents to your hand-dip candles, you need to make sure it is pure oil that does not have a water or alcohol base to it. You will prepare your wax for hand-dip candles the same as you do for regular candles. Let it continue to heat until it reaches a temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it does, turn the heat down very low to keep the wax in liquid form. Add the color to the wax, using a small amount at a time until you'll reach the color you want. Add a small amount of scent the mix at this time if you desire. Use scents moderately as you don't want to have too powerful of a smell. Using too much fragrance can also result in the candle not burning properly. Next, cut the wick for your candles, keeping it just a bit longer than the candle length you want. If you are making sets of the candles, it is important to cut the wicks exactly the same length. You will want to dip the wicks into the candle wax, making sure to coat it properly. This is how you will build your candle. After the wicks cool, dip them again. Each time you do, the candle will grow in size. If you want different areas of the candles to be different colors, you will be able to do so by simply having more than one color of wax ready to use. Once your candle is close to the desired thickness you want, shave it with a soft blade, giving the top a pointed look. Dip your candles a few more times to give them a smooth finish. Creating hand-dip candles is a great hobby or business venture. The process is time-consuming, but the creations are beautiful. Learning to make hand-dip candles can be tricky. This is not a good type of candle for beginners to try to learn with. They will quickly become frustrated. To practice without wasting supplies, melt down the wax from the candles you are building and use it over and over again until you have the process perfected. To make particular designs on hand-dip candles, consider purchasing a book. Most will offer you great color photos with step-by-step directions for making each hand-dip candle. You will also be able to obtain great color charts for obtaining the best color for your candles. The internet is also a great place to get ideas for the colors of your hand-dip candles. Canning jar candles. We have all seen those beautiful canning jar candles with the pretty ribbon and potpourri. It is very easy to make your own canning jar candles with just a few inexpensive items that you can get from your local craft store or online. You will need wide-mouth canning jars, ribbon, potpourri, votive candles with holders, and a hot glue gun. Make your own canning jar candles to add charm to the dinner table as a centerpiece or gift them to family and friends for gifts. To start, fill the jar with potpourri. If you desire, add some extras such as dried apples or cinnamon sticks. Fill the jar full enough that when you set the candle holder on top it is even with the top of the jar. Place the candle in the holder once you have got the fit right. Next, glue the ribbon around the top mouth area of the canning jar. You can further personalize your canning jar candles by gluing on decorations. Canning jar candles are a great idea for Mother's Day or crafts for young children to take home. Canning jar candles are great for all holidays as well. Add pumpkin cutouts for Halloween, little bunnies for Easter, and Christmas trees or small ornaments for Christmas. Canning candle jars make excellent fundraisers or items to sell at the next craft show. The internet offers many great canning jar candle decor ideas, especially for the holidays. Your local craft stores and the internet are great places to get canning jar candle ideas. Those of you who are more creative will have no trouble designing your own. McCall's canning jar candles are already made. They come with wonderful labels that are very rustic looking. This candle collection comes in many wonderful fragrances with a zinc wick. These canning jar candles come in two sizes, the 5-ounce that burns for about 30 to 35 hours and the 16-ounce burns for 110 to 115 hours. The small candles retail for $13.63 and the larger ones are $24.63. While these are great candles as well, you will miss out on the experience of candle making if you choose to purchase them. You will also be able to make several of your own for the cost of one McCall's canning jar candle. To save even more money when making canning jar candles, consider making your own votives. You can do this easily in your home. You will need paraffin wax, wick, and candle holders. You can choose to use dye for colored votives or scents to add a wonderful smell to the candles. It is very easy to melt the wax and add in whatever you want to make the color and smell you desire. Then simply pour the hot wax into the candle holders. To save even more, shop at thrift stores and yard sales for canning jars and votive holders at a very low price. Canning jar candles are very easy to make and they are very beautiful. You can make them in very little time and young children will be able to do this with ease as long as you help them with the glue gun. Make canning jar candles for your own personal use or as gifts. These cute candles are very inexpensive to make and they last a very long time, giving a delicious aroma. How to make gel candles. Gel candles are a great item to make. Not only are they beautiful, but very easy to light. They also burn slowly, giving your candles a long life for you to treasure. Gel candles are very easy to make as well as inexpensive. You can add your favorite scents to them as well. The supplies you need to get started include gel, zinc wicks, fragrance oils if you desire, and dye to add color. Some people love the look of a clear gel candle and prefer not to use any dye. It is important that you only use zinc wicks for gel candles because cotton wicks absorb the gel, causing them not to light or burn well. You can purchase these supplies from a craft store or online. Gel candles can be made in a variety of holders. Using those made of glass will give you the best results. However, as long as the container is non-flammable you will be fine. To add uniqueness to gel candles, some makers choose to make them in fancy glasses, wine glasses, and vases. To add color and themes to candles, consider using embeds. This can be glitter, marbles, colorful rocks, seashells, crystals, or anything else that won't burn. You will need a hot glue gun to stick the wick to the bottom of the holder you plan to use. Hold firmly in place until the wick sticks. To make centering easier, mark the bottom of the holder with a red or black marker right in the center. The wick should then be placed on top of the mark. Leave the wick long enough to reach outside of the holder. You will trim it later. To melt the gel, cut it into small strips. For best results melt it in a double boiler at medium heat. The gel should be heated to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. The quality thermometer is a great investment as the gel won't set properly if you don't get it hot enough, and it will lose the glossy color if you get the temperature too high. If you desire to add color to your gel candles, add it in slowly. The colors show more vibrantly in gel candles than wax candles, so you will need a lot less than what you use if you make wax candles. Stir the color into the melted wax slowly. If you aren't happy with the color, you can slowly add more. If you plan to use embedded objects in the candle, it is suggested you keep the gel candle color very light. Next, add fragrance if you desire. 1/3 teaspoon is all you need for each glass of melted gel. For best results, heat your container in the microwave for about 1 minute. This will eliminate those unsightly bubbles that can form on gel candles. Immediately after removing the holder from the microwave, start adding your embeds. You will want to dip them in the hot gel to get them to stick in the holder. You can arrange embeds any way you desire. For best results, push them towards the edges of the holder so that they can easily be seen. You can create embed patterns or add them loosely. It's important not to keep the gel very hot while completing the embed process. Once you have that done, pour the gel into the holder. If you allow the gel to cool before pouring it in the holder, you will end up with clumps of gel throughout the candle. Make sure the wick is hanging over the top of the holder before pouring in the gel. Once the gel has set, trim it to the size you desire. Making gel candles is easy, fun, and inexpensive. It is a great way to make your own beautiful candles for using, giving as gifts, or selling. There are wonderful books with plenty of pictures of gel candle designs you can try, or simply create your own. Make pillar candles. Pillar candles add a stylish touch of elegance to your home and even to your dinner table as part of a centerpiece. I have seen them used before on the tables at wedding receptions in the colors of the wedding. It was very appealing. Pillar candles come in all colors and scents. They are called pillars because they are round and tall like a pillar. There is no standard size though, as pillar candles come in many widths and heights. Occasionally, pillar candles are found with a unique design such as a ridge on the top and bottom. Making pillar candles is quite simple. This type of candle is one of the most common for candle makers to indulge in. To make pillar candles, you will need molds. You can find them in all sizes at most craft stores. You can also get them online. Many online auction sites including eBay and Yahoo offer several pillar candle molds for one great price. These molds can be found made of silicone, aluminum, or plastic. For best results, choose pillar candle molds that are made of aluminum. They allow the wax to cool better, resulting in a smooth finish on the candles. They are also very durable. To get started, decide on the size of candles you want to make and how many. There are charts in candle making books and on the internet that can help you determine how many pounds of candle wax you will need to complete your project. You will also need dye to color the candles and fragrances if you wish to add that to your candles. You will need quality wick to make pillar candles. The wider the candle you will be making, the wider wick you want. To make this easier, simply purchase a standard type of wick. You can braid 3 pieces together to make a thicker wick for wider candles. Many of the pillar candle molds have a wick holder built in. Simply slide a wick the diameter of the hole into it and eliminate the guesswork. Make sure you dip the wick into the melted wax before attaching it to the candle mold. Keeping the wick in place can be tricky. A good trip is to cut the wick several inches longer than you need. Then tie it to a pencil or skewer sitting across the top of the candle mold. This will ensure the wick is centered as the candle begins the cooling process. 1 NCE your candle wax is at the proper temperature. Add in anything you want to be including in your candle, including dye, scents, and additives. Immediately after, pour the hot wax into the pillar candle molds. Do not pour wax all the way to the top of the mold. You want to leave about 4 or 5 inches unfilled. While for most candles you make, leave the candles to cool. Pillar candles need some further assistance during the cooling process. Once the top of the wax has started to become solid, you will need to add small relief holes to help with shrinkage. If you don't create the relief holes, your candles will get air pockets that keep them from hardening properly. 1 NCE the candles have completely cooled, pour melted wax into the holes you created on the candle. Make sure the wax is about 15 degrees hotter than what you had the wax at the first time you poured it. Allow the candle to completely cool down again. Your candles should slide out of the molds easily. If they don't, put them in the refrigerator for half an hour. Your candles should be smooth and beautiful. Make sure to trim the wick and you are ready to burn your pillar candles. Pillar candles are beautiful. The simple design fits well with the decor in any room of your home. These candles make excellent gifts and centerpieces. Pillar candles are easy to make and the supplies are inexpensive. This makes pillar candle making an excellent project, hobby, or money-making project. Pillar candles burn for hours, ensuring you will get hours of enjoyment from your endeavors. Candle making supplies. Candle making is a fun hobby, enterprising business venture for others. There are basic supplies you need in order to make candles. All candles require 3 essentials: wax, wick and a candle holder. Since candles can be made in various shapes, styles and shapes, the amount of wax, length of wick and type of candle holder you will use depends on your own preferences. The wax used for candle making is either paraffin wax or beeswax. To melt the wax for your candles properly, you will need to purchase a good quality double boiler. To make the wax melting easy, purchase stir sticks and a thermometer. To ensure the users of your candles can enjoy every bit, consider adding wick clips to the base of the candle. Candle molds are very popular to help you design your own candles. You can purchase hundreds of different style candle molds or you can make your own. Candle molds are made from aluminum or metal. To make inserting the wick quick and easy, invest in a wick holder bar. A silicone mold release spray will ensure your candles slide out of the mold easily and keep their perfect shape. Mold cleaner will help ensure they work properly time and time again. Colors add appeal to candles. The market offers a full array of colors to purchase for candles. There are many shades of the primary colors as well as pretty pastels and bold brights. Some candle makers like to experiment with mixing colors to create their own unique and attractive candle colors. The colors come in the form of a dye. You have the option of leaving candles plain or adding your favorite scents. Traditional scents include cinnamon, vanilla and potpourri. However, the choices are unlimited. Some of the aromas help you to relax and others will make your mouth water. You don't want your candle scents to be overpowering or not strong enough. To be sure you have the right amount, add 1 ounce of scent for each pound of wax used to make the candle. The amount of each supply you will need depends on the types of candles you are planning to make and the size of each. On average, you can get all the supplies you need to start making candles for $100. Candle making supplies can be purchased at craft stores or online. To save money on candle making supplies, consider purchasing a candle making kit. They offer a small supply of all the items for a discounted price. Candle making is a fascinating art that allows you to express your own creations. To help ensure your candles develop in a form that can be used, purchase the above listed candle making supplies. There are many accessories available as well to make your candle making more enjoyable. Candle paints help you create your designs on the candles. This is a great way to create gorgeous contrasts between the candle color and the overall look. Luster spray gives candles a very shiny look. A base leveler will help you align crooked candles, as well as ensure the bottoms are flat and smooth. Candles with wavy bottoms won't sit well in a holder. Many people will enjoy the great books available on candle making. They can be purchased at major book retailers or online. Making chunk candles. Chunk candles add a great alternative to the standard pillar candle of yesterday. These colorful candles add a vibrancy and life to them. Looking at chunk candles, they appear to be very difficult to make. However, just the opposite is true. In fact, many candle makers claim they are easier to make than basic pillar candles. This is because pillar candles have to be perfectly smooth. If they aren't, it is easy to see the visual defect. Such blemishes aren't visible in chunk candles. While chunk candles aren't recommended as a beginner project, they can be made once you know the basics of the candle making process. There are 2 phases to making chunk candles. To make the process easier, it is recommended that you keep the 2 separate. Attempts to cut corners often result in chunk candles that are of poor quality and don't burn well. The first phase of the project is making the chunks. The second is the process of turning those chunks into gorgeous candles. Some individuals choose to purchase pre-cut chunks at craft stores or online. To make your candles their prettiest, select colors that complement each other. To start making the color chunks, spray a cookie sheet with a non-stick cooking spray. You only want a thin film on the cooking sheet. After the wax you are using has completely melted, add a color to it as well as any fragrance you want. Pour the mix onto the cookies sheet. Fill the sheet to the level you want the depth of your candle chunks to be. Keep an eye on the cooling color chunks. Once it is the consistency of cookie dough you will want to use a sharp utility knife to cut it into chunks. Allow the chunks to continue cooling. If you are making several colors of chunks you can mix them together or leave them separate. Some people choose to let the colors mix together on their own while others like to create a design by adding the amount of each color they want. Using the same molds that are used for pillar candles, insert your candle wick through the bottom of the candle mold. Fill the mold loosely with color chunks. You can put one color on the bottom with another color on top or even layers of 3 colors. You can also use only one color. The choice is all yours. Do not stack as many chunks as you can in the mold or the candle won't form properly. Just toss them in and let them lay where they end up. You're now ready to pour the melted wax over the color chunks. It's recommended that you do leave the melted wax colorless, but some people choose to add a light color to tint it and add a uniqueness to their chunk candles. As the candle cools, the chunks will adhere together with the hot wax. Once the molds cool, the chunk candles should slide out with ease. Making chunk candles is really quite simple if you have the basic candle making concepts under your belt. These candles add flair to any decor as well as make great gifts.
light a candle than to curse the darkness. This candle-making company has been in business since 1775. The business has been family-owned for 7 generations. The candles from Agello's are well known for their beauty and quality.
While they make more candles now than in 1775, their dedication to quality and to customers has never changed. The Agello Candle Company was founded by Raffaele Agello, an Italian painter. He was also a beekeeper, so he tried his hand at using beeswax to create candles. He worked hard to create a formula that worked well. The formula, combined with his outstanding artistic ability, led to the birth of the Agello Candle Company. In 1785, the company earned the honor of creating all the candles for the Vatican. He and his wife ran the business, keeping their children involved in the processes from an early age. As time went on, their children and grandchildren kept the business running as well as passed the family business on to their children. By 1862, the company had established itself as a leader among the candle-making industry. They had also added perfumes and many colors to their line of outstanding candles. They decided to extend the business to Manhattan, New York. In both places, the business prospered. Kings and aristocrats in Italy wanted the services of the Agello Candle Company. They designed candles for weddings, funerals, and ceremonies. They made the candles for the inauguration of the King of Spain in 1876, Pope Pius IX in 1878, and Pope Leo in 1902. Hollywood stars and rich people in Beverly Hills, California wanted the candles from the Agello Candle Company as well. Candles were also ordered by President Roosevelt, Charles Lindbergh, and Rudolph Valentino. In 1922, the Agello Candle Company made a memorial candle for their deceased friend Enrico Caruso. This candle was 18 feet tall and weighed more than a ton. It is estimated this candle could burn 24 hours a day for 1,800 years before running out of wax. This enormous memorial candle remains the largest one ever made in the world. Each year it is lit twice to honor the day Enrico Caruso was born and the day he died. The Agello Candle Company continued to grow and sales were well beyond anticipated both in Italy and the United States. In 1953 the company was asked to create 2,200 candles for the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. The company was honored to meet the request, and had all the candles ready in 6 months. The Agello Candle Company was approached to be bought out, but refused. The family wanted their candle business to remain just that, not a major corporation. Despite the creative efforts of the Agello Candle Company, they were not able to meet the demand for their candles in 1965 during the blackout in New York City. The age of computers has found the Agello Candle Company offering candles via the internet. Ironically, as Raffaele Agello worked around the clock to make candles for this need, his wife was giving birth to their child at a hospital scrambling to find candles for her room. The Agello Candle Company is still going strong today, offering quality candles that are beautiful as well as made of the best quality products. These candles can be purchased in many specialty stores throughout the world as well as on the internet in the comfort of our homes. This candle-making business has spanned many generations, yet continues to hold the traditions and values of Raffaele Agello, who started this business more than 2 centuries ago. Agello Candles. The motto of the Agello Candle Company is, "It's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness." This candle-making company has been in business since 1775. The business has been family-owned for 7 generations. The candles from Agello's are well known for their beauty and quality. While they make more candles now than in 1775, their dedication to quality and to customers has never changed. The Agello Candle Company was founded by Raffaele Agello, an Italian painter. He was also a beekeeper, so he tried his hand at using beeswax to create candles. He worked hard to create a formula that worked well. The formula, combined with his outstanding artistic ability, led to the birth of the Agello Candle Company. In 1785, the company earned the honor of creating all the candles for the Vatican. He and his wife ran the business, keeping their children involved in the processes from an early age. As time went on, their children and grandchildren kept the business running as well as passed the family business on to their children. By 1862, the company had established itself as a leader among the candle-making industry. They had also added perfumes and many colors to their line of outstanding candles. They decided to extend the business to Manhattan, New York. In both places, the business prospered. Kings and aristocrats in Italy wanted the services of the Agello Candle Company. They designed candles for weddings, funerals, and ceremonies. They made the candles for the inauguration of the King of Spain in 1876, Pope Pius IX in 1878, and Pope Leo in 1902. Hollywood stars and rich people in Beverly Hills, California wanted the candles from the Agello Candle Company as well. Candles were also ordered by President Roosevelt, Charles Lindbergh, and Rudolph Valentino. In 1922, the Agello Candle Company made a memorial candle for their deceased friend Enrico Caruso. This candle was 18 feet tall and weighed more than a ton. It is estimated this candle could burn 24 hours a day for 1,800 years before running out of wax. This enormous memorial candle remains the largest one ever made in the world. Each year it is lit twice to honor the day Enrico Caruso was born and the day he died. The Agello Candle Company continued to grow and sales were well beyond anticipated both in Italy and the United States. In 1953 the company was asked to create 2,200 candles for the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. The company was honored to meet the request, and had all the candles ready in 6 months. The Agello Candle Company was approached to be bought out, but refused. The family wanted their candle business to remain just that, not a major corporation. Despite the creative efforts of the Agello Candle Company, they were not able to meet the demand for their candles in 1965 during the blackout in New York City. The age of computers has found the Agello Candle Company offering candles via the internet. Ironically, as Raphael Agello worked around the clock to make candles for this need, his wife was giving birth to their child at a hospital scrambling to find candles for her room. The Agello Candle Company is still going strong today, offering quality candles that are beautiful as well as made of the best quality products. These candles can be purchased in many specialty stores throughout the world as well as on the internet in the comfort of our homes. This candle-making business has spanned many generations, yet continues to hold the traditions and values of Raphael Agello, who started this business more than 2 centuries ago. Anyone who has access to the internet should take a look at www.agellocandles.com. Your breath will be taken away at the gorgeous candles there. I have never seen such beautiful wedding candles or unique decorating candles. I have seen a lot of candles, and I was very impressed. While Agello Candle Company has made many custom candles for celebrities and royalty, they are very willing to do it for you as well. Simply select what you want and they will provide you with the best quality candles ever made. Books on candle making. Making your own candles is a favorite craft and hobby many individuals. They find the process to be enjoyable and relaxing. Candle makers have been known to turn to their hobby in times of stress. For some candle makers, once they learn the basics they are ready for new challenges. Purchasing books on candle making can provide you with everything from basic instructions, tips, and creative ideas to make beautiful candles. Most candle making books offer wonderful illustrations as well as step-by-step instructions. The type of book you want to purchase will depend on your candle making experience, the types of candles you are interested in making, and if you are making candles for fun or to sell. Take the time to explore what each book has to offer you before making a purchase so that you won't be disappointed. You might also check with your local library for books on candle making. If you find one that you really like, then you have the option to purchase it. You can also find great discounts on used candle making books online at eBay and Yahoo Auctions. The Candle Maker's Companion by Betty Oppenheimer and Deborah Balmuth is considered to be the must-have candle making book. It offers information for everyone including beginners and advanced. Another great choice is The Encyclopedia of Candle Making Techniques. This book has gotten rave reviews for providing quality information in an easy-to-understand form. For those of you who have a solid foundation of basic candle making processes, consider trying The Complete Candle Maker Techniques, Projects, and Inspirations. The book offers great photos of 40 different candles you can make. There are step-by-step instructions to help you make any of them that interest you. This book includes great tips and points as well to help candle makers avoid the common mistakes that affect the results of their candles. For those of you who enjoy making candles for special occasions and holidays, the book Creative Candles, Over 40 Inspiring Projects for Making and Decorating Candles for Every Occasion by Sue Spear is a great book to consider for your collection. This book features candle making ideas for Halloween, Easter, and Christmas. There are also ideas for creating candles to use as centerpieces and for wedding decorations. If you are interested in doing candle making with your children, Great Candles is especially designed with fun candles that are easy to do with them. The book is also written in a way that children will be interested in reading it as well. The internet is a great resource to find other great candle making books to meet your expectations. Candle making is a great pastime. You can educate yourself on the areas of candle making by exploring various books. There are books designed for all candle making levels of expertise as well as on particular themes of candles and types of candles. The market is flooded with resources in the area of candle making, so the process of tracking down a few good books on the subject should be easy as well as fairly inexpensive. Remember to check the library, local book sales, and yard sales for these books as well. Compare prices online to make sure you get the best price for the ones you are interested in. Bill's Candles. If you are looking to purchase beautiful looking homemade candles, but you aren't interested in the candle making process yourself, turn to Bill's Candles. They offer an array of quality candles that you will love. This company started in 1999 after beginning to reprocess candles bought on the market. The candles were reprocessed because the scent had already disappeared. By melting the leftover wax, adding a fragrance, and pouring into a container, new candles were had that held the scent for a very long time. From there, experimenting with various types of candle waxes and molds lead to the invention of Bill's Candles. The candles you purchase are the result of many labor-intense hours. Some of the experiments worked well while others were complete disasters. Finally, recipes for the perfect candles were done and written down. Customers are very happy with the candles they receive from Bill's Candle. They love that the process is still one done by hand rather than in a factory. Bill also gives his personal guarantee that if you are not satisfied with any candle you can exchange it or get a full refund. The only requirement is that you return in before you have used 10% or more of the candle. Bill's Candles uses two types of wax. There is the vegetable candle blend and the soy wax. Please note soy wax is only available on the container candle line. Soy candles burn clean without producing smoke. They also burn for a great deal of time. The scent of a candle stays for an amazing length of time with soy candles. The vegetable candle blend is used for pillars and votives. It is American made and gives the candle a very lustrous color. All of the candles offered from Bill's Candles are hand poured. It is important that you allow at least 2 weeks for your order because there is no automated process here. What you get are top-of-the-line candles that are 100% homemade. Customers can be assured there is no shortage of selection at Bill's Candles. This company offers container candles that come in an apothecary jar. Choose from a 10-ounce, 16-ounce, 22-ounce, or 26-ounce candle. You can also choose a classic mason jar container candle. The mason jars come in either a pint or half pint. The lids for the mason jars are gold with a flower design on top. Pillar candles are a very popular type. Bill's Candles offers a wide range of pillar candles to choose from. Traditional pillar candles can be purchased in most any size. They are available in round and square shapes. Dome-top pillar candles add a bit of design to this classic candle. The arch motif has a ridge design in it as well as an arc shape at the top. The fluted spiral has ridges, giving this pillar a very unique design. Round votives are available in the traditional size of 1x1. 1NCE. You have decided which types of candles you want to purchase, select the color and fragrance you want. There are 30 great colors and over 200 scents to choose from. You will find a full list of colors and scents posted online and in the Bill's Candles catalog. Bill's Candles offers a wonder variety of homemade candles for you to choose from. The quality is guaranteed. Bill takes great pride in his candle making techniques. Each candle is made with care and customer service in mind. If you are considering purchasing candles from Bill's Candles as gifts, look at their online store. They offer unique gift baskets and gift sets to choose from. They will also work with the customer to make a customized gift set or basket to meet your needs. This is a small business that still enjoys the candle making process as opposed to manufacturing large quantities to make profits. The love Bill has for his candle making shows in his products and satisfaction guarantee. Candle making basics. The use of candles for light and heat is known to have existed in ancient times. The remains of candles have been found in the caves of France. It's believed the cavemen used them while painting and etching on the walls. It's believed those candles were made out of animal fat. The Egyptians used candles as well by dripping beeswax onto leaf stems. The burning process of a candle involves the four basic elements of matter, which are solids, liquids, gas, and plasma. Today, candle making is a fun hobby or craft. For some, it is a very profitable business venture. Candle making provides you with the ability to create wonderful designs and crafts out of your candles. There is no limit to the shapes, sizes, and colors you can make your candles in. A candle is a device to provide light or fragrance. Candles have become very popular for the wonderful aromas more than for their ability to produce light. Some candles give off a popular smell such as vanilla or jasmine. Others smell like a chocolate cake or cinnamon rolls. The body of a candle is generally made of paraffin wax. It can also be made out of beeswax. Paraffin wax is a natural wax that comes from plants. This wax can be purchased from petroleum refinery or the specialty wax processor. Beeswax is also considered a natural wax, and is taken from honeybees. This is the substance the bees use to construct their honeycombs. A wick is placed in the center of the wax before it dries. The wick is made of cotton fibers that have been braided together. The wick is very thin, but also very powerful. Sometimes candle makers will use a wick that is wider than normal to increase the size of the flame. Safety is a very important part of candle making. The temperature of the hot wax can result in severe burns. There is also the risk of fire. Make sure your candle making area is set up properly and that you have a fire extinguisher in the area. Clean up spills quickly as they will become very slick, leading to falls if you walk across them. To make candle making fun instead of frustrating, start with making simple candles. This is a great opportunity for you to discover what works well with your setup and gives you the chance to make necessary changes. Initially, work at implementing good safety habits and melting your wax at the proper temperatures. You will also want to experiment with your cooling process. Once you have these areas down, you will start to relax and the process will become more natural to you. This is the right time to start experimenting with dyes, scents, and shapes for your candles. The candle making process is easy to follow if you take your time and learn from your mistakes. Those who are impatient and take multitasking to an extreme will most likely not enjoy the art of candle making. However, it is very enjoyable by those who have plenty of time to take with the process and who enjoy creating things. Candle making supplies aren't expensive, so use the best you can. This will also help ensure your candles form well and burn properly. Candle making additives. There are 8 distinct candle making additives used in the candle making process. Some makers choose not to use them at all, while others take advantage of what each type of additive has to offer to their candle making process. Candle wax additives are inexpensive and work well if you are educated in how to use them and why to use each kind. Chemamide is a fine powder. It has a hint of ivory in the color, but it is close to being transparent. This type of additive becomes clumped if it is exposed to humidity, so keep it in a closed, dry environment. Use this type of additive as a release agent. Add 1 teaspoon for each pound of wax. Poly-AC is a fine powder, white in color. It has a dry texture and should also be stored in a dry environment to prevent clumping. This additive is a hardener. To be effective, add 1 teaspoon for each pound of wax. Gemasorb 81 is a powder with a yellowish tint. Of all the additives, this one is the most likely to clump, even in areas of low humidity. Gemasorb 81 is used to enhance color. You do not need much of it, 0.1% for each pound of wax. Stearic powder is flaky. The color is white. This additive doesn't react to humidity at all, so it is an agreeable product to use for hardening. The amount you will use depends on the type of candles you are making. This additive helps reduce the temperature needed to melt the wax. Add about 3 teaspoons for each pound of wax. Be careful not to overuse stearic powder, as doing so will cause damage to the wax. 103 V-bar generally is sold in the form of very small beads. The beads flow loosely and do not stick or clump together, even in areas of high humidity. 103 V-bar is a hardener as well. It will add a very creamy texture to your candle wax. This is a perfect hardener to use for scented candles. Add 1 teaspoon to for every pound of wax. Paraflint is another hardener. It comes in beaded form similar to the 103V bar. However, the beads are much larger. You will want to use 1 teaspoon for every pound of wax. Poly 400 comes in the form of beads that vary in size and shape. This is a UV inhibitor, which will keep your candles from fading in the sunlight. This additive is also to be used at the rate of 1 teaspoon for every pound of wax. BHT crystal is a yellowish powder. This is an antioxidant for wax that has been stored in liquid form for a length of time. Using this crystal will also add a very pretty luster to your wax. Candle making additives can add a variety of features to your wax. The type of additives you choose to use will depend on the types of candles you are going to make as well as the climate in your region. Be careful to use candle making additives in the right amounts or you will cause damage to the wax, resulting in ill effects in the visual aspects of the candles as well as their ability to burn properly. There are many great candle making books out there to help you figure out which types of additives to use for the various types of candles you can make. Terms and conditions. Legal notice. The publisher has strived to be as accurate and complete as possible in the creation of this report, notwithstanding the fact that he does not warrant or represent at any time that the contents within are accurate due to the rapidly changing nature of the Internet. While all attempts have been made to verify information provided in this publication, the publisher assumes no responsibility for errors, omissions, or contrary interpretation of the subject matter herein. Any perceived slights of specific persons, peoples, or organizations are unintentional. In practical advice books, like anything else in life, there are no guarantees of income made. Readers are cautioned to rely on their own judgment about their individual circumstances to act accordingly. This book is not intended for use as a source of legal, business, accounting, or financial advice. All readers are advised to seek services of competent professionals in legal, business, accounting and finance fields. You are encouraged to print this book for easy reading. Don't leave before you press like button below and subscribe to this channel. As a subscriber you will receive a new notifications every time a new video is uploaded. Good luck.